So you see,
Okay.
yeah, uh, from here related record, no issues.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
I'll just recap it a little bit.
mm,
From fund analysis,
mm,
you can, and this is the admin panel.
mm,
So first we go to Fund Navigator. Fund
mm,
Navigator, mein we choose the funds,
mm,
asset class, fund
mm.
category,
That's it, sir.
and I've chosen a period also. So,
Mm,
I'm right now choosing April because that is the data.
mm,
May data is getting populated right now. So,
mm,
um, we put in our first filter, second filter, and you can have n number of filters
mm, mm,
based on your preferences.
mm,
Okay. And I
mm,
submit. Once I
mm,
submit, I get a list of funds.
mm,
So let's work on this only just for, understanding. First thing is you're getting AUM of the funds, total expense ratio, category, launch date, risk profile, benchmark. Okay.
mm, mm,
Second, we are also showing returns, sorry,
mm,
rankings
mm, mm,
based on returns.
mm,
Ranking is a consolidated number
mm.
based on various parameters. We will share that with you as well.
Okay.
But abhi right now, 1 year ranking, 3 year ranking, 5 year ranking, 7 year. So you can see what is happening in the funds, how much
Mm,
consistent they are in their own
mm,
category, best
mm,
returns, average returns, worst returns, and during this 3 year period. And
mm,
this year, abhi as on date return. Okay.
mm,
Now, second, another interesting feature is what
mm,
is the portfolio of each one of these funds. So how do you check it? If you put your cursor here, it will
mm,
tell you this is Aditya Birla.
mm,
So, there is no confusion on that part. But
mm,
these are the top 10 holdings of each fund house. So you can, and the percentage of holding. So,
mm,
you have an idea
mm,
where or which sector they are right now. Okay,
mm, mm,
here it
mm.
is. Sector wise also.
Ah, okay, okay.
So you have both, holding stocks
Mm,
and top 10, top 5 sectors as well. Okay.
sure, sir. Okay.
Then we've got analytics. Analytics is basically, what is the price earning of the folio,
Mm,
equities, debt and cash of the portfolio,
mm,
then breakup of equity into large cap, mid cap, small cap.
okay.
So that is available. Risk analysis. This is
Mm,
something which you will not find very, very easily, or it is not very
mm,
nicely put up in most of the platforms. Here we have got 11 different ratios for
mm,
you to understand and use it if somebody wants to,
mm.
based on data, right?
Okay.
Then we've got holding status.
Sir, come back to one second. So here you mentioned upside and downside.
So maximum drawdown,
Ah,
upside, downside,
okay, okay, understood.
R square, Sortino, information, alpha, Treynor, Sharpe, beta, standard deviation.
Understood. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Now holding stats,
Mm,
total scripts in this particular scheme, total 10, top 10 holding, total, what percentage of holding.
mm,
And if I just, yeah, net inflows in the scheme
mm, mm,
during what period? This period. And you can change the period also.
okay.
So if I want to know what is selling in the market, I can, do that.
Mm,
Net inflows
yes.
of the fund,
Mm,
NAV changes
mm,
during this period, ये ऊपर period है.
mm,
How many stocks were added in the folio? How many
ah,
stocks were exited?
mm,
What is the intra period, change in stocks? How
mm,
many stocks may increase exposure and decrease exposure?
mm,
This is a overall view of a particular portfolio.
mm.
Then you've got this. This is available in almost all platforms. But
Ah,
if you have seen Morningstar or another funds, we have got historical data as well.
mm,
So if you want it on a particular date, you can do
mm.
that also.
Okay, sir.
So these are returns, and you can see, we've got different annualized returns,
Mm,
biannual returns, quarterly returns, just to
mm,
find out what, funds have been doing. Now, other very interesting thing is in a particular set of funds, let's say right now we were only looking at FlexiCap, right?
Yeah.
What is the correlation of each fund?
Mm,
So you will not find, there are times when a customer has got, let's say, UTI fund, HDFC, Canara, Repeco, all three
mm,
of them at one place.
mm,
So are they skewed almost having similar portfolio, or how much is the overlapping between these funds?
mm,
I can check it from here.
mm,
So Abhi, just to check out which is the lowest one,
mm.
this one is. So can you see on the right hand side B and G?
Yes.
They have highlighted in green, right? Which means
Yes.
that HDFC FlexiCap and Parag Parek, out of
Uh,
this whole lot of funds,
mm.
are the least correlated.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Both have got, so this the least correlation means that they have a diversified portfolio. If I
Mm,
have both the funds, then probably the portfolio will be okay, right?
mm, mm,
So since they are all equity, most of them will have almost similar. But out of that also, you are able to see what is the least diversification.
mm,
Okay. Then we've got something called a discrete returns, which is like 12 months monthly for last
mm,
12 months, quarterly or annual. So these are all numbers which we normally all have. But yeah,
mm,
it helps you, and you can go back also.
mm,
So, that uh, old data usually most of the fund platforms don't provide.
mm,
Okay, so this is one part of it. Now let's say you've selected, let's say, HDFC FlexiCap, Parag Parek, and maybe uh, done.
yeah.
So they have now gone into your favorite fund.
Mm,
Okay, all three of them. Right. Slowly over a period of time, you may collect more of these funds and all of them come into your. So you're basically creating your own whitelist.
mm,
After out of 800 schemes, you will probably come down to choosing two schemes from every category.
yes. Yes.
And that you can, first put it here.
Mm,
Now, let me just put another fund here.
mm,
Okay. Just for, I'm just doing an experiment with you.
mm.
Yesterday, I got a very interesting insight. So I thought, uh, what I did, I have chosen index as a category. Okay. There is one fund called Nifty 50 Index Fund, which is like probably that or UTI. So I'll just take Nifty 50, right? I've added into my favorite funds.
Okay.
So now I've got an index fund, which is a replica of what index would have given return, right?
Mm, mm.
And then I've got flexi cap funds.
Okay.
Now, all these things are again repetitive of, just to get a hang of whatever, you know.
Yeah.
This is something which becomes very interesting.
Mm,
How have Nifty performed as compared to, actively managed funds?
mm,
Now, if I go to 3 year and 5 year,
mm.
you see,
Okay. Okay.
telling somebody or, showing it to a customer, now you
Mm,
can see active funds have really outperformed the market,
mm, mm.
right?
Yeah, understood.
So this is a very interesting, show when a lot of people, let me just come up. Abhi, what do you expect when Geo comes into the market?
Hello.
Hello.
You're asking me, sir?
Yeah, I'm asking a very simple question.
Uh,
We are all expecting or waiting for
Mergers. Yeah.
Geo to come in
Mm.
the market, right?
They may try to acquire more companies
So it is
with.
going to come up with passive funds.
Uh,
That is what we are hearing from the street, right?
mm, mm,
Passive means he will first introduce index funds.
yeah.
once, let's say one of the new entrant is coming up and it's a very large name with all the media attention over him,
Yeah.
he will come and paint the town red of
Uh-huh.
benefits of investing in index funds.
Mm-hmm.
They will keep on coming up with stories of how active funds have not outperformed the benchmark.
Mm-hmm.
This is, see, he has only one product to sell, so he will have to build up a story on that,
Uh-huh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as an advisor, a client may then say, "Yeah, why don't I go and invest into BlackRock? Why do I come to you?"
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Uh,
here is a story which I need to keep on telling people. See,
mm,
in the past 3 years, 5 years also,
mm,
active funds have been beating the benchmark and with a
mm,
very considerable, almost 5,000 rupees ka difference hai between HDFC Flexi Cap and Nifty 50, right?
mm, mm,
This is a very interesting tool which could be, shown to a client
mm.
just in case. So, all this data is available here. So, you can, so right?
Mm,
ICICI Prudential is in 5 years is underperforming the index.
mm.
Cap, that's a different story now. So
Yes.
now once you identify a fund, then
Mm,
if you want to take it to your recommended fund, you
mm,
can click here,
mm,
this green,
mm,
turn it into green,
mm.
and it is taken in your recommended fund.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now what is recommended funds?
Mm,
So with our research, we are giving you two insights.
mm,
One is emerging bet and one is stable bets.
mm,
Okay. This is a quarterly exercise which we do with
mm.
our own internal research. And
Yes.
based on that, there are, let me also, uh, how much is your AUM right now?
Maybe on 400 crores, right?
So you have already gone through the due diligence, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect.
Mm,
So, why am this was the reason why I'm asking. So one
mm,
of the questions in the due diligence is
mm,
how and what is the method you
mm,
use to identify funds before
mm,
recommending to your client?
yes. Mm.
What is the answer you used to give,
I'm sure that Morningstar related.
right?
Yeah.
So, and what is the methodology
Mm,
which Morningstar use for
mm,
ranking fund?
mm.
Are you aware of it?
Yeah, they will see that 5 years track record, fund, certain old funds only they
Only
can.
returns or anything else?
Mm.
Only returns or anything else?
No, many parameters, not only returns.
Perfect. So what
Age of the fund, all those.
So, our company has been in this business for last 10 years, and
Mhm.
we are more recognized in the market by
Mm,
large players
mm.
for our research
Oh,
and
mhm.
our this research engine. In fact,
Mm,
engine when started,
mm,
engine you have subscribed to, right?
mm,
When it initially started, they took the data from us only
mhm.
in the initial space. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
So, can you see my cursor?
Yeah, I can say so.
So we have a research methodology which is
Mm,
documented for you.
mm,
What is the research methodology? So we've
mm,
got a ranking process, screener
mm,
process, and returns process.
mm,
This is available to as a distributor partner. You
mm,
should be aware of how we are
mm,
ranking. So we've got
mm,
peer group benchmark, absolute and rolling returns,
mm,
20% weightage. These are the different ratios which has got a
mm,
25% weightage.
mm,
Then fund manager also makes a very important role. He's
mm,
got about 22.5% weightage.
mm,
Schemes beating the benchmark.
mm,
If it is beating the benchmark, then it
mm,
also gets a higher rating,
mm,
weightage, and portfolio churn and fees. So
mm,
expense ratio do take part,
mm,
have a weightage of about 10%,
mm,
right? Similarly, this is how we screen funds based on this method. And the third is the return process. How do we, daily returns, say, return score, how do we
mm,
put it into the returns program? So this is a very, very clear cut method which we use, and we are being very, very transparent just in case somebody asks. So you have a process, right?
Yes.
So any fund which is coming continuously for 2 quarters in the top ranking, they come as staple bets.
Okay.
So in large cap, we have 2 stable bets and 3 emerging bets. Okay. These emerging bets are those funds which right now may not be in your radar, but going forward, you will probably find them being 5-star rated funds in the ecosystem. Similarly, for every category, all these major 8 categories, we have a stable bet and an emerging. Get it?
Okay, sure.
And if you want, you can check out what has been our story at the back. How for past 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, what have been our stable bets and what have been our emerging, how they have changed over a period of time. So it is all available to you, right? So this is another thing which we have. Now there are you are already using engine, so I'll just put in, for example, right now I want to go a little bit. We saw so we were looking at these stats from the data, right?
Yes.
So net inflow between January and April is in HDFC FlexiCap 5,811 crores. Total 6 stocks. What are the 6 stocks? These are the 6 stocks which were purchased or fresh into the portfolio during this period. Complete exits, intra period, increase exposure in 30 stocks, decrease exposure in 30 stocks. So you have a whole difference what is happening in the portfolio as well. Okay, and over a period of time, how top 10 holdings have changed in this particular scheme. Okay, at one moment there was ICICI as top holding, but and then debt also came in, and then HDFC became the top holding. But over a period of time now, again, you see, they are all changing. ICICI, and right now ICICI is the top holding. Credit is second, and then third is HDFC Bank. Fourth is Axis Bank. Fifth is Kotak Bank. So this is how this thing will happen. You want to check out on a fund manager, you can find out what is she doing, what is the activity she has done over a period of time. You can check it out. Okay. So
but Roshi Jain madam, where is working? That is not mentioned here, no?
No, here na.
Yeah, HDFC.
Which schemes she is working with, right? So you can pick up any fund manager which you like.
Within this HDFC only, no?
No. Any you pick up any fund. You tell me any fund manager. Chirag.
He is also from HDFC only, no?
No.
Dementia, you put, sir.
This is DSP. Chirag. Chirag Dagli.
Chirag, okay.
You can pick up if you. SBI. R. Srinivasan.
Okay.
Well, you can pick up any fund manager. They are all available.
Nilesh Surana.
Sorry, spelling, yeah, Nilesh. So you get activity during this period.
Yeah.
So you can get in all his funds what he's managing. So you can even ranking of his funds in their own category, portfolios, whatever you want to see, right? Right. So this is you can explore a lot of things out here. Even if you want, you can find out a script also. Which particular fund होता है ना, एक बारी we get to hear a particular script or a
Yeah.
company which has come into news recently. You want to find out which all funds have got that script in their portfolio. You can do it here as well.
Okay.
So you've got fund house wise also, all that data is available.
Sure.
So this is a very interesting thing which we have and is really a counterpart. So how much are you spending on your engine?
How much, sir?
How much are you spending on engine?
Engine, I think I don't remember, some 60,000 or kind of.
Right. So this,
My wife is taking care of that side.
right. So this is available for 50,000 rupees a year. And it is, see, the problem is in India, most of the distributors are using 3, 4, 5 softwares. One for maybe, well, I'm just giving you my experience. One is for transactions. One is for, research. So engine hoga ya Morningstar hoga, right? Which is not linked to their database. So how do first you find a product there, then you come back, get an Excel sheet, and then how do you put it into your existing system? So it's basically we are wasting a lot of time. Most of these, we have got a ready-made portfolio as well, which is based on a research. There are 80 combinations, and if you want, you can change these also. So, it is all tailor-made. Our research says that our existing portfolios, what we offer on our this thing, they have been outperforming the market for last 10 years by 3 to 4%.
Okay.
So you can trust our, but there are biases. You will always have a bias towards a particular AMC. So you can always change.
Sir, only 1 second. I'll tell this investor I'm calling back.
No, I think we are both into business. We understand these will always happen. So we've got these ready-made portfolios as well. Then we also have, you can put up your logo here. So FinApp will go, your logo will come. Then you can link your, social media out here. So that will also get. Then we also come up with blogs for the distributors as well. Okay. So, Abhi, right now I'll just come out from here and become a RM. Okay. So you can see your client statistics also from here. What all, if you have, let's say, do you have staff also?
Yeah, I have 4 operation teams.
Okay, only operation. So usually in sales, you normally want to, give it to somebody. You can do that as well.
Okay.
So this is what, as an owner, you can see the entire, your client list. But when I log in as an RM, I will, like for example here, if Neha wants to log in as an RM, she will only see her records. She will not see the entire business. Right. So this is another thing. So I'll just log out from here and go as a RM. Now, let's say Saban is an owner of the business. So he will just set up the business for himself, right? Do the research part and everything. And when he's meeting his clients, he will log in as an RM. Okay. So all transaction initiations, vagera, which a distributor wants to do, he will do it from the platform itself, from as an RM.
Okay.
So his first thing he sees is the list of clients which he has.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just pick up one of them. And I go on holding. 7, another question which I'm going to ask you. So, all transactions, everything is happening here. We have already, done that. But there are specific questions or specific, cases where most of the softwares don't solve that problem. For example, uh, you meet a new HNI client and he says, Seven, I love you. You have the required experience. I want to work with you. So now Seven says, there will be two things which will happen. First is either Seven will take a check of 4-5 lakh rupees what he gives and come back and think that I've acquired a client. And the second part is he says, yeah, Seven, after a very long time, I am looking at a very genuine guy. This is my portfolio. So he shows you his portfolio with 30, 40 funds. And he says, yeah, can you just give me these are all 40 funds there. I don't know whether I should have these 40 funds. Can you just sort it out? What do I keep? What I don't keep? So how does Seven solve that problem right now?
See, sir, the problem is I avoid slowly over a period of time. If it is my friend RM is mapped, too much I will not try to take it. It's tricky for me also because when I put in Morningstar or somewhere, the fund what they have is already best performing fund. Then only I can say that code change or anything in case if you want it is banks or anything. If it is under some distributor, my friend who are in Bangalore or anything, then I can't. I slowly pass on to them only. I had to happen to meet on clients if already your client like that. But in a business point of view, for me, not able to take them.
Seven, we are into, and I'm just, what Deserve did. Deserve, right?
Yeah.
Deserve came into the picture. He said, this is an application. And right now in India and where you are, that market, almost 50% of people who are in the age of 25 to 35, they are already doing it direct. They are already using some online direct platform for transaction. Right? There are times when market tanks by 30, 40%, 20%, 25% over a week period or something. Anyone who's got a large portfolio of 1 crore, 2 crores, he sees almost 20 lakh, 30 lakh gone. Right? Though it is temporary, but however strong mentally or psychologically I may be, I need to talk to somebody. I need somebody whom I can talk to. Yeah, what is happening? Market, my portfolio has come down by 30 lakhs. I was every day seeing, moving up by 2 lakhs, but suddenly in last 4 days, market mein, it has come down by 30 lakhs, which is a very huge amount for some people. Now, at that time, he wants to evaluate what has happened to my portfolio. Is it okay or not? How do you solve that problem? Chalo, forget about your friends. A direct customer comes to you and he has been doing it with a banker or a direct, right? Now, how do you solve that problem?
Then in that case, it is slightly easy for me because I will have a model portfolio. Predominant time it won't match. Bank would have sold whatever the funds their superiors would have told hybrid or debt fund, all those and all. It is little easy, but in your
How
app,
much
I
time
don't.
will you take? How much time will you take?
I have taken 4 days time.
For,
4 days time.
So, Seven, why I'm bringing all these scenarios in front of you, I'm sure since you've met 1,000 guys or your customers, I'm sure one day or 2 days, Sometimes you must have faced this kind of a problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now we have got a solution for it. What we are doing, how do we address it? Let's say I have onboarded a client and I have uploaded a cache from here itself. So in your engine also it does that. Engine may you can upload a cache and it will upload and give you a small analysis of it, but not direct analysis, just a brief about it, right? Here what we are doing is, let's say, and now this is we have just uploaded a cache of somebody here, okay? Now I go to mutual fund. This is the portfolio return, okay? I go to cash. This is a total transaction cash. So all his transactions would be available here. Okay. Now the third step. So imagine this is not your customer. He is not your friend's customer. He just came to you and now you're doing an analysis of his portfolio in just 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, the first thing which we do is give him a portfolio analysis. What does it say? You invested 1,68,000. Today it is worth 2,85,000. You started investing in 2020. Your portfolio returns is 22.8%. Had you invested in the benchmark of the same proportion, then your portfolio would have given 30.15% return, which means your portfolio has underperformed the market. You have 42 schemes in your portfolio, 17 have outperformed, but 25 has underperformed. There is a mismatch between your personal and portfolio risk profile. Right? This is the small, gist of overlapping of portfolios. What is dragging your portfolio? Mid cap, small cap. Schemes, Mirai, in this particular case, so we will not take it as a, recommendation, but he's just objectively data-based giving you an analysis of the portfolio which I have uploaded. Okay. Yeah. Now, are you interested to go further into this?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. I love you here. So now with your logo, it will come up with what is the portfolio holding. So I've got 4 schemes. These are those schemes where I have more than 1% holding. Though there were 44 schemes, but at some places, this is just a dummy data. There were 100 rupees, 200 rupees. So it was not mattering much, right? These are the top holdings where I have more than 1% holding. So this is the allocation. This is the equity class. These are the schemes. This is the same now, asset class wise. Okay. Equity mein you have 99% portfolio. Returns of the portfolio of your equity is 27.76, whereas the benchmark has given 30.11. Significant drag in returns. Right. So it is also telling you what is the impact on the portfolio. Now, these are observations. If you think that I need to add something, you can add. It is editable from a distributor point of view. Okay. Your portfolio risk profile, based on the scheme risk. So, portfolio allocation to that same risk profile of the scheme, returns, benchmark, and what is the impact. Top 5 scheme category. What is the portfolio allocation? What is the return? And what is the benchmark return? And what is the impact? This is another very beautiful part which we have. What? Top 10 mutual funds, allocation in the portfolio, in your portfolio, that portfolio which we shared. The scheme, what has it has returned? What is the benchmark during that same period? What is the fund ranking? Impact on portfolio. And we are also telling you what to do with that. It is just a suggestion. As an advisor, you can take a call, but now it becomes a very meaningful dialogue with your client. You are not doing it randomly, I will do this. No 4 days, nothing. Just
Mhm.
5-7 minutes, and you're able to give him an impactful,
Mhm.
very, very actionable report
Mhm.
on what you need to do. Now we
Mhm.
will discuss it later on, but that's
Ah,
the whole point. We should
yeah.
be discussing based on facts,
Mhm.
not assumptions,
Mhm.
right? For example, it is saying
Mhm.
exit.
Mhm.
Why is he saying exit?
Mhm.
Because this fund has underperformed the benchmark, number
Mhm.
one. Number two, it is in the last, or second quartile of
Mhm.
in the fund ranking also, almost
Mhm.
50%.
Yeah.
So there are 12 funds which are doing better in this but same category.
Mhm.
So I would say, since it is not doing good,
Mhm.
it is better to switch out.
Mhm.
Same goes for this particular fund also.
Mhm.
Access.
Yeah.
During the same period, the benchmark has given 106% return, while it has only given 77.
Ah.
Very.
Mhm.
Then the ranking of the fund is also very low,
Mhm.
right? At some
Yeah.
places, if the fund is again a small cap, which is outperforming, it
Mhm.
is saying, boss, this is a good buy. You should switch from that to here,
Mhm.
right? So what I'm trying to say is that it gives you a very, very interesting topic to talk to the customer, right? Then it gives
Correct.
you analysis of the portfolio based on all the risk ratios.
Mhm.
Uh, Whereas it also gives you, you know, how the funds are overlapping each other or what.
Mhm.
Top 10 securities in the entire portfolio,
Mhm.
uniform stocks,
Mhm.
right? And the sector wise, top 5 sectors in your portfolio.
Mhm.
Okay, once you share it, now let's say the customer wants to say, "Yaar, oh, 7, I like it.
Mhm.
What should we do now?" So we also have a portfolio optimization. So you
Mhm.
can, do the portfolio optimization here itself.
Yeah.
And once you complete it, in one click, the client can execute it as well. So if you
Mhm.
want, I can show you this also.
Please show me, sir.
Okay. So I'm choosing now. This is
Yes.
custom based. So
Mhm.
you are doing as an advisor. Now
Yes.
what do I do with it?
Mhm.
So we are selecting by default all schemes,
Mhm.
fund category. Let's say now you want to realign. As you mentioned, you have a model portfolio, right?
Mhm.
So let us put it this way, that your model portfolio right now says that I would like to have 50% allocation in equity, and it could be anything. I'm just doing a very simple thing for myself. Let's say 50-50 allocation to equity and debt,
Mhm.
right? I will fetch funds. I will get a whole list of corporate debt and flexi cap funds, but that's a very long list.
Yes.
Let me do some filtering. So again, I will just filter equity funds first with 1.7 and 40. I will fetch my equity funds, flexi cap funds have come down, right?
Mhm.
It has done the filtering,
Yeah.
right? Now I'll not go further. Otherwise, you can have a lot of these
Mhm.
permutation combination just to filter.
Mhm.
And I say, okay, now I want to allocate 25 here and 25 here and 50% हो गया, and
Mhm.
I can give it to ICICI debt है, I can give it to, okay.
Yes.
So now I've got 100% allocation. Now another report is generated
Mhm.
which says current portfolio, the same which we already did. Now it gives you a portfolio comparison of current and new portfolio.
Mhm.
It also gives you the risk parameters of both the portfolios.
Mhm.
It also gives you what is the risk trajectory.
Yes.
It also gives you overlapping and correlation of the portfolios.
Mhm.
It also gives you, and you can see what is overlapping or top 10 securities of old and new. Top 5 sectors of old and new. Returns, portfolio trailing returns of old and new. Portfolio annual returns of old and new. Transaction summary. So since these investments were old one-time investments, otherwise it would have calculated your short-term capital gains just to give you a glimpse of whether I should do it or not, does it make sense or not. So this will also be calculated. And if I share it, once I share it, the client login may, he will get a report. This report is then shared with him and he can execute it with one click.
Okay.
So if he does the execution, right now what will happen is these will be sold and a buy. Ideally, buy should happen after 3-4 days once the amount is come. So, but if he has amount in his account, then he can do that as well.
Yeah.
So this is very interesting, thing which is normally fund, these will not have. Now I will do another very interesting thing which we have for our customers is, let's say, this is a goal mapping tool. So if I create a goal, automatically if it maps, for example, it will map the existing funds here. So if I create a goal, you see 7 ka goal aa gaya. And if you see 290 rupees is already present. If I click on here.
No, I didn't understand. Once again, tell me, sir. So you put for me a goal of 50 lakh.
Yeah, I put a goal for 50 lakh rupees.
Okay.
Now, if I click on this, it says I need this. I had put in a date also. See, when do I need it? I said I need it after 10 years.
Okay.
So at 6%, my target actually becomes 87 lakhs. We have considered inflation as well. Right? So the fund, we are recommending a monthly SIP of 37,000 rupees. But since there was already a portfolio inside, we had uploaded the cash na. So we have mapped 290 rupees of some folio. What is it? It is given here. Already your mapping is already done. Whatever the amount was. So, there was 1 rupee here, 107 rupees. So this is just a dummy. So whatever fund automatically got mapped here. If you want to change it, you can change it also. Right? And it will start showing it on the customer ID as well, how much he has achieved. So imagine after 5-7 years or 2 years, he will not be talking to you about what is the return your portfolio is getting. He will not be talking to you. He will say, oh, I have 20% achievement yet to be done. I can do that also. So that is something. Now I will show you another thing. The total requirement for SIP is now 41,000 rupees. Okay. So I will prioritize it. What I'll do is I will say both these targets has to be achieved, right? Save this plan. As soon as I save it, I get a ready-made portfolio of how many, kitna sip, kitna karna hai, amount, everything is here. Or if you want to do it on your own, you are free to do it. You can choose funds, whatever you want to. So I'll just go with the allocated fund and I generate a report. Now, there were 2 goals, 7 and test. The amount required for that goal and when they were required.
Mm.
Okay. These are the existing funds which we have already mapped,
Mm.
right? And we are also showing two goals.
Mm.
One is every year when you
Mm.
contribute 41,000,
Mm.
first goal will be achieved. You
Mm.
see, first goal is achieving on 28.
Mm.
So first goal, money will go
Mm.
out,
Mm.
and I will continue with the rest of the SIP.
Mm.
Okay. And I will achieve my 2035. I will achieve my number,
Wonderful, sir.
right? So we are just showing you how cash flow is going to happen
Yes.
and what could be a net worth. Second, we are also giving you the portfolio. Now,
Yes, sir.
if I share it,
Mm.
it goes to the client.
Mm.
In one click, he will be
Oh.
able to do
Mm.
the transaction for
Mm.
all of these funds. He doesn't have to
Mm.
go each and every.
Mm.
He just needs to put in the date of SIP.
Mm.
That is the only action he will also have to take.
Wonderful.
When does he wants to hit the SIP?
Mm.
So this is a goal, automatic goal
Mm.
mapping. And so seven, it sometimes happens that you have done an SIP in HDFC FlexiCap for your retirement,
Mm.
for your child marriage, and for
Mm.
child education.
Yeah.
Certainly, seven comes back to me and he says, "Yeah, I need 10 lakh rupees,"
Mm.
and he withdraws everything from his HDFC FlexiCap.
Mm.
Here you are able to tell him, ki boss, this fund, this SIP, there were three SIPs going. These
Mm.
two SIPs for other goals.
Mm.
For your child education, you have only these kind of. So everything is mapped. He,
Mm.
Otherwise he will be affecting his retirement goal as well.
Mm.
So this is one interesting thing which we have.
Mm.
Another is seven. How many times and what is your process when somebody comes to you
Mm.
and he says, Seven, I've got this 50 lakh rupees.
Mm.
Can you please invest it for me? What
Mm.
is, how does Seven do it?
Sir, for let's say I am coming all this FinApp kind of things and all. Normally, I take little long period of time. My most of my clients are physically they signed the application. For a transaction purpose, I use in case rare case Carvi portal and Camp portal. I'm not tied up with it directly through. I'm only using for a back office purpose. So I personally meet even 5,000 recipe also I meet 5 lakh SAP also I go and meet the client. Going further to develop it, I thought I will shift to online slow and steadily. Now,
Right.
this,
This is a
mm,
tool which we are offering for the RM, you,
mm,
when
mm,
you go to meet a client.
yes, sir.
Forget about see,
Mm,
when you meet a client,
mm,
either it is on paper,
mm,
when you meet, I am
mm,
sitting with Seven right now, right?
mm, mm,
There will be two ways of doing the transaction. One
mm,
is I will ask questions,
mm,
note it somewhere,
mm,
put it in my head,
mm,
and then start.
mm,
Even if you take 2 days,
mm,
point is there a process? Seven,
mm,
you have already done 400 crores.
mm,
I'm sure your aspiration now would be to have
mm,
teams, to
mm,
have processes. How do you
mm,
become 4,000 crores if you
yes,
don't
sir.
have systems and processes in place?
Correct.
Every time Seven and your better half will
Mm,
not do everything on their own.
mm,
You as a large, if you aspire to, you are very young, yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure you're looking at 10,000 crores a year in next
Mm,
5 years, 10 years. Why
yes.
not? Market is going to explode.
Ah,
But do I have the systems and processes in place?
mm,
Yeah, in my organization, everyone will give the same, uh, you know, kind of advice which you as Seven is doing.
mm,
So this is a system which we have created. Let's say Seven comes up with 50 lakh rupees.
mm,
And I'm just saying, you are
mm,
discussing, I'm just discussing with Seven. Okay,
mm,
Seven has given me 50 lakh rupees.
mm, mm,
So I'm just putting it down. I'm noting
yes.
it in a form or a
Mm,
page, or
yeah.
I'm just putting it here. Now
Mm,
I'm talking to Seven.
mm,
Seven, you've given me 50 lakh rupees.
mm,
When would you like to have this money?
mm,
Any particular reason why you're putting this money?
mm,
So normally Seven will say, "Yaar, I don't have anything particular in mind. I'm thinking of it. but I don't also probably don't require it in the next 4 5 years. Right? This is normally people don't have any idea right now, right? He just coming immediately. He sold a property. He got 50 lakh rupees, and now he comes and immediately comes to 7. यार इसको लगा अभी I don't know what needs to be done, right? So I'm just putting 5 years horizon based on how much I know 7 and what is the return expected. Yeah, I'll put it somewhere. I have not figured it out, but 12% would be fine because inflation and better than the back. Okay. We have a 4-dimension portfolio assessment. So 7, practically, there you have already done. Let's assume you know a customer. He is doing an SIP with you, and these are long-term SIP goals and everything, right? But suddenly, when he gets 50 lakh, 1 crore rupees as lump sum, which is a rare event in a normal person's life,
Yes, sir.
right? He will always be thinking of what do I do with this 1 crore rupees or 50 lakh rupees? He will always have something at the back of his mind where he wants to, put aside that money for some particular reason, right? But immediately people don't take that call. So right now, let us assume that this guy has said, okay, for 5 years, I don't this money and, I'm looking at 12% return. So what are the 4 dimensions? Returns required. How much emphasis is he making on returns required? What is his risk tolerance? There are times when customer comes up and he says, I want to invest into small cap and mid cap just because past performance has been 100%. Now he wants everything to be put into that small cap, mid cap. But when the market corrects 10-20%, small cap, mid cap correct 40-50%. That time he might say, "Arey 7 kahan laga diya? You should have stopped me. I don't like volatility." So you understand your client and you say, "I will give a certain percentage to his risk tolerance, risk capacity also." A retired person coming and giving all his retirement money to you, you will be very careful while investing. So his risk taking capacity is very low. So that is also a parameter. And then the fourth one is the time horizon. How much time is he emphasizing for this particular investment? I'm just talking about this 50 lakh rupees, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I submit giving weightage to all 4 equal weightage, so the fund first thing it does is give you an asset allocation, right? Now, suddenly this guy comes up and says in the evening, "Arey 7, I got a very good deal in a property, and this 50 lakhs, I have decided to park it to buy a flat. But this flat is under construction. I will get it after 4 years." So now what does 7 do? 7 will do 4 years, but now this money will be required for a registry without any dilly-dally in what time? 4 years. So his time horizon has become the prime. Can you see this?
Yeah.
We have given 100% weightage to time horizon and rest of the things go 0. I say, ab what may, this 50 lakh rupees I want, whatever interest you get, I don't worry, but I will need this 50 lakh rupees after 4 years. Now if I submit 5347, you see asset allocation. Okay. Now let me assume this guy says, "Yeah, I have enough money, but I still need this 50 lakh rupees, but I need some return also." Yeah. So what we do is we give 25% weightage to and 75% weightage to. Oh, sorry. Right. Now if I submit, my asset allocation changes. Now what do? We give him a ready-made portfolio, or if you want to change it, then change. You choose your own path. You have both choices. If I save this portfolio and I give a goal, an investment policy statement is generated for the client to see. What it says is, "Boss, did your risk profiling on 11th June, right? We met today, and as per your requirement, you said 50 lakh rupees with 12% expected return for 4 years. Normally, we give 25% weightage to all parameters, but since you insisted on a custom portfolio and your time horizon was fixed and your weightage on expected return, this is the asset allocation, and these are the list of funds we have. This goes to him, and you can share it on PDF as well.
Yeah.
Number one. As soon as you generate this report, on the client face, he will get a pop-up where this portfolio can be executed with one click, right? And you have documented a document. Okay. Now the second part which comes is, which normally 90% of distributors are not able to do is, now 7 comes after 2 years and he says, hey man, what has happened to my 50 lakh rupees? He's only talking about that 50 lakh rupees. How do you address that? How do you address that? Normally, most of the distributors will again show him the whole portfolio, how the funds are performing, but he's not talking about that 50 lakh rupees. So we have a review process here. 7 Dream House, 50 lakh rupees. I will review it right now. So usually when I click it, the backend say data, the current value will automatically pop up. But right now, since it's a test case, I will just put like 49 lakh. Market is down. I will just ask.
I think you put mine.
So I will review his 49 lakh rupees. There is a shortfall of 1 lakh rupees. Market may, correction thi, he is checking out. So what do I have? I have add money, rebalance. So right now, first thing, you are looking at the portfolio. It is available here. And I'm just sitting with 7, nothing else. And I can see what is the exact returns coming on the portfolio. Right? And from here, I'm just telling him, boss, 50 ke 49 ho rakhe. This is a good time to buy. Abhi Trump has, raised the tariff on the world and the market has corrected. This is a very shortfall, a small shortfall. If you have some money, why don't you put in 1 lakh rupees? If you don't have money, what we can do right now is we can rebalance your portfolio, debt and equity ka. Or, so the system gives you 3 options. Add money, you can put in money. Same schemes, yeah, I can want to same schemes. Or if you want to add some new scheme, you can do that as well. So all this is executable from here itself. So mota 7, I think we've given you all 3-4 interesting things which we have, which are different from most of the platforms available in the market. And another very interesting thing is how, if you have seen the do's and don'ts, right? How does 7 right now do risk profiling of his customers? How do you do that?
Currently, for most people who works in with smaller corpus, bigger corpus, I will go as per Engine also has some model portfolios. See, sir, one more challenge I am facing here is I have some committed. Let's say that I was watching closely Ragesh Junjunwala, sir. I was knowing about Utpal Seth, sir. I was decided once when in any day Utpal Seth starts his own company, I want to participate. Because Utpal sir was behind Ragesh Junjunwala success. Similar way, Samir Arora sir, he was in Helios, Singapore. I used to think, but the moment he come and manage his own portfolio, I want to invest there. That all, I am not able to go through any of this app. That means I am taking my risk guts. I am taking some bets with new guys. Sir, understood now what I am trying to say.
But you can do it here, na? But you can do it here. You want to invest into trust funds. You want to invest into
trust.
Helios. Everything is
Yeah.
available here.
But for you in the model portfolio, it's not easy to select it. For example,
No,
Morningstar.
I'm saying forget about your what I showed you in the first place
Mm,
is you will choose fund.
mm,
Forget this is only for take a seven. There are two kinds of people. I'm not
mm,
saying you use our model portfolio at all.
mm, mm,
You want what you want to give. You want to
mm,
give something. Let's say, for example,
mm,
uh, let's say this is the customer, right?
mm, mm,
You say I want to.
mm. Let's see.
You want to give any fund, na? You
Mhm,
initiate it, na? I want
mhm,
to give 10,000 rupees on this. Add to
uh,
cart. Client के पास
but
चला गया ना?
this Helios fund you will not have a coverage,
Every you name which fund you want.
Uh,
You, अरे
uh, uh,
भाई, this is
uh,
this is a platform. You
uh,
buy. You want
uh,
to buy any fund.
uh,
All 44, 45 funds, houses, all schemes are listed here.
uh,
It is up to you what you want to buy and sell.
uh, uh,
Forget about the model portfolio. Forget
uh,
about it. It
uh,
is only for you to play.
uh,
We are just giving you guidelines. But
uh,
ultimately, you are the doctor.
uh,
You want to give flexi cap of X fund house and
uh,
fund manager. It is up to you.
uh,
It is all tailor made for you.
uh,
What you do here, it will only be shown to the
uh,
client. End of
uh,
matter.
yeah, yes.
दूसरा, we
Uh,
already have a risk profiler here.
uh,
Every customer. So you
uh,
are into 400 crore AUM.
uh,
You are required to have a digital diary of all your investors to be risk
uh,
profiled.
uh,
If you have not done it, in the
uh,
next due diligence, they will ask you, how do you do it?
Manually, I had done and kept it.
So
Whenever client comes on.
in our system, once
Uh,
you get now, for example, this
uh,
client has done his risk profiling.
uh,
Now,
uh,
whatever funds we recommend
uh,
or his portfolio
uh,
will be evaluated based on his risk profile.
uh,
This is what the SEBI is saying here. Are you
uh,
giving funds as per his risk profile or
uh,
suggesting funds? If it
uh,
is not his risk profile,
uh,
then you have to take an undertaking from him that yes,
yes.
he wants,
Uh,
a higher risk product.
uh,
This we are doing it on the system itself. You don't
uh,
have to, and it is recorded.
uh,
At the time of due diligence, you should not be looking for, this is not there, this is not there. Everything is available on the platform.
uh,
So, this is all basic things and a lot of more things. But yeah, you can, here you can see what are the transactions which are happening with the client,
uh,
how many have been completed, note
uh,
unit, everything is available here.
uh,
Okay. Simon, there are two things which are not on this platform right now. I'm just, being very, very transparent. One is the business MIS is not there. So you're already using some software. Business
yeah.
MIS is already
Uh,
there.
uh,
But there are things which you want to do which are
uh,
would be available here.
uh,
Then the second part is app, the client app or the mobile app is not there. It will be available from September.
uh,
So once it is there, it will also be included in the package.
uh,
So we will give a mobile app, white labeled mobile app for you
uh,
in the on Android. But the iOS you will have to purchase the domain for yourself, and we will provide you the software for that.
uh. Sure, sir. Thanks. I will also go through the recording once again in the night. Shortly, I'll come back. You explained it very nicely also.
Thank you.
Uh,
And if you have any queries, you have not asked about the price here.
that also once you brief me, I thought I will see once. Fully,
So
uh,
since you already have a sizable AUM,
uh,
so what we are suggesting, Seven, is you
uh,
continue to use your software which you are using,
uh,
right? But simultaneously, if you like any of these parts, you can take them as an a la carte. For example,
uh, uh,
uh, uh, we have one-time setup cost of 10,000 rupees for you. This
uh,
is not for you. I don't think it makes any sense. because you already have. So on the system, we can simultaneously link the mailback services, and you will always have a reconciled portfolio of your clients. So anytime you want to do any activity here, you can do it here itself. So this is a one-time cost. Fund research. So engine may you are saving around 40-50,000 rupees. I would say if you are spending 60,000 rupees, here it is available at 50,000 rupees. Right? The same data, everything much user friendly, and it is available on the system itself. Right? So this is per year cost of 15,000. If you don't want it, no problem. But if you want it, this is the price. Okay. Then every active client which we have on the platform. So for example, you have got, let's say 1,000 clients, but you will not make them active on our platform right now, all of them. You will have the database of all 1,000 clients, but you will only be able to access that client database once you make him active on the platform. Let's say you will only do it for 10% of your client, where you really want to add value. So only 10% means like just 100 clients. So we have a charge of 0 to 100 rupees per client per year. And for 101 to 250, it is 75. So it goes progressively. For first 100, it is 100 rupees. For next 150, it is 75. Now, let's say you want to do a portfolio analysis of a new client you are trying to acquire. Right? So for portfolio optimization, it would be 1,000 rupees for that particular client, which will be open for 1 year for that client. You can do n times. You can see, preempt a portfolio, check out whether the entire portfolio is doing good or not. Then the 4D portfolio builder, which I just showed you, 4-dimension wala, that is only going to happen when you get money, right? So you are already earning, but if you want to give him that proposal duly done, that is for 500 rupees. Now you can, once you do it for one client, you can do it for n number times for that particular client. Right? So you just need to unlock it for 1 year.
Yes.
Then same is for the goal planning mode. So that's for 250 rupees for goal planning for a client for a whole entire year. So you can do n number of goals for him per year. So this becomes an a la carte. Whatever you want, you can use it. Right? So one-time setup cost. If you don't want this, no issues. Or if you want, then it becomes a combined package. And as many clients you want to activate. So I'm not saying that you activate all 1,000 of them. Only activate where you want to really add value to them. And if you like the system, then probably over a period of time, you can shift all your clients or activate all your clients out here. And
sure, sir.
then you can remove the other softwares if you feel like. So that's a long-term story.
Process.
But this is what we have, right?
Sure, sir. Sir, I will fully go through it. In a day or two, I'll come back.
Sure. So Vishal will be in touch with you just in case if you have any other queries. And so today is what, Wednesday, na?
Yeah.
So most probably, let's connect on Saturday. Vishal can get in touch with you.
Sure,
if that is okay, or we can talk on Monday.
Done, sir. Saturday only I'll talk to Vishal, sir. If not, Monday.
Anything. Done, boss.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah.
Well explained.
Yeah. We can just close the call then.